Did you catch the part in the podcast where Suge talked about that he never had security with him? I know you were around him a lot. I know you weren't his actual security, but is that true that he never had security with him?
Yeah, the guys that were considered his security, yeah, I will give him that. He would, and shit would be out alone, 35% of his life, when he's out in public. But he had his homeboys, he had homeboys with him, like a Buntree or something like that. But there'd be a lot of times shit was rolling by itself, because usually he was just going from one chick house to to another chick house. To be honest, if I'm keeping it real, and a couple of the chicks he didn't want us to know that he was messing with, and they had an apartment right around the corner from the studio that they didn't want nobody to know. So yeah, and you gotta keep where you lay in your head at, where you lay, where you're in a vulnerable position. You gotta keep it secret. So that's where he rolled a lot by himself. But a security guard, I always told you, I'd never tell you. Y'all don't want to call me you. This is bodyguard. I told you I was never Suge Knight security or bodyguard. Suge Knight was bigger, stronger, and faster, and everything better than me. So I couldn't have been his bodyguard. But I was around him though because of probably just because of, I'm keeping it real, because I had a legal gun. And so that's why I was with him in a lot of the situations. But I was not there to be his security. Or I was there to get him out of situations, or somebody that he would respect to be like, oh, no, 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 don't slap him right here. Let him slap him. You come here. Or he didn't slap him, he slapped him. Is generally why I was with Suge. So no, I would give Suge that. Suge didn't have a security guard. I keep telling y'all, I was there mainly was the person's call. They trying to get a hold to him and be like, hey, Reg, where's Suge at? What are you doing? Or Suge, so-and-so trying to meet with you. Or y'all need to be at this time. Or y'all need to get on the plane and get on the plane there. Or y'all need to check in at this hotel and be there. All of that information would come to me, and then I would go and make it happen. And now we're going to the Essence house. Where the limo at, Reg? Where the car service is at? They on their way or whatever. And so yeah. Um, but he did always have a crew, meaning a homeboy or two with him wherever he went, which was smart. He should have. He better. Uh, but he always had his jury on. He ain't never been one to tuck anything or anything like that. And shit, just like I heard him say in this podcast about the football players and all of that. Y'all always, and game members now, James and them want to make him like he was a buster until, or whatever, growing up and all that. I always told y'all, Suge and his cousins, round one down on them, they were terrorized, especially at Linwood High, which was a softer school than the Compton Unified School Districts. Yes, they were. Um, but they terrorized that school, and nobody messed with them. And I remember some situations where they had to go up to Banny and got in some trouble acting a fool. He'll know what I'm talking about on that. But and him and his cousin Donald. And so yeah, Suge has never been a buster. He talked about it, like I said, with his football player on his football team. He was like, hey, he was the one that leading the pack or the crazy one. That's the shit I've always known. And so I'll never let anybody sit up here and say, like Suge was just because he had all those dudes with him and all of that, he was like that. If he was that scary, if his heart was really that way, he wouldn't have took his ass up there to why he's sitting in the penitentiary right now by himself. So that show you the mentality. I'm not saying it was smart, dumb move, but we can all sit back and Monday back quarterback things that we did. I wish he would have had. I know he was over there looking for CJ. I put it out, his big homie, CJ, to ride and go back over there with him, but CJ wasn't there, and and once he got the call, he was waiting, and CJ wasn't there, and so he decided to go up there by himself. I wish like hell CJ was sitting in that passenger seat with him, because that nigga Bone wouldn't have did that cowardice and ran up on him like that and couldn't wait until he got out of the car. Because Suge would have got out of the car. I don't care how many of those was around there. Even though it was a plot, I know it was a plan. I know all of the West Side that was involved had something to do with it. They knew what was about to go down. I'm not going to say they would have intervened, but they knew what was going down. Believe that with my whole heart now after hearing all the conversations and hearing everything about it. But if CJ was with him, I don't think Bone would have did that, because he would have known that he would have to do the fade right. And so, unfortunate, I know I'm tapping into territories that I won't get phone calls behind, but hey, call a ball, a strike, a mother strike. If you don't like it, oh well. But that is what happened with that situation. And so I'll never, ever let somebody say that Suge was a buster like that, because he wasn't. From a football player to the game banging to the music industry and all of that, he who he was. He who he was. And might not place a situation. That's why I get so mad when when BJ tell that story about, over there in the Nickerson Gardens. Because, yeah, Nickerson Gardens is a tough housing projects. But if they were that scared and they wasn't right, they wouldn't have went. And he had 5 with him that I know from the mob or Ludus area or the East Side Piru area. It wouldn't have went like they think. It wouldn't have went. It would have been a massacre over there, no projects, if the shit would have went down the way they trying to portray. It would have went down if he wouldn't have balled down. But situations like that is what, man, I got to stop inserting myself in, because Suge is able to talk now. And he need to clear up and get that out there. Talk about that. Need to talk about it. But yeah, to answer your question, I think I did. Hope I did.